you wish they'd just leave it alone, give the rest?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably just the fact that what do you do when you're not on the golf course? Try and delve into your personal life. I think that's the toughest thing, especially when you get the tabloids and I've been on the cover of National Enquirer, the Globe, the Star, you name it. I've been in those magazines, and I think that's the hardest part when people delve into your personal life and then make up lies on top of that. It gets kind of tough at times.
Who is it? There's so many people out there that admire you. Ask for what you've accomplished, what you're doing. If you could put on somebody else's shoes and say, God, I'd really like to be that person, to do that.
I don't think so, no. I kind of like my life because I get to wake up every day and can't wait to go to work. And not too many people in this world can say that. And I have a wonderful job that I love to do and travel around the world, meet a lot of different people, see different cultures. And that's something that I've been very fortunate to be and experience at such a young age.
Is there anybody that you haven't met that you wish you could?
That's living?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could meet the Dalai Lama. One, I'm Buddhist, and it would be neat to be able to meet somebody of that nature.
Your biggest achievement, it doesn't have to be golf.
My biggest achievement? I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know if I've done a lot of different things, I guess, and on and off the golf course, but nothing really stands out.
Biggest disappointment? Doesn't have to be golf.
Biggest disappointment is on the golf course, actually. And when I was, I believe I was 15, I think, 15 or 16, 16. Yeah, 16. So first and only time I ever gave up on a golf course. It was down at the Orange Bowl Junior Classic. I ended up finishing second or third, but I had the lead at the time, hit one bad shot, and still had the lead, and just absolutely quit. And that's something I regret, and I will always regret for the rest of my life.
Do you think that point when you quit kind of was a stepping stone to where you are today? That drive to continue, it's not over till it's over?
Not really, because it might have been just a wake-up call, because I've never quit in anything I've ever done. It's just something that for some reason, the stars and the moon and everything lined up for that one magical moment. I all of a sudden said, I don't want to be here anymore. And that's not how I want to live my life.
Do you realize the impact that you've got on the world? Does it hit you to wake up and say, God, I'm making a difference?
It's hard to. I'm too close to the situation. When you're in the pit, it's hard to see out of it and it's what's in the surrounding area. And right now, I guess I'm right in it. I'm right in the eye of the storm, and it's really hard for me to get a complete understanding of what's going on. I try to as best I can, but to be honest with you, I really can't get a true understanding of it.
It's hard to make this comparison, but the young singers, LeAnn Rimes, and all of a sudden she hit the limelight. Gosh, this kid's great. But she'll say in interviews, my life's been full of tournaments and traveling and people looking at me. Mm-hmm. Your life's been that way. It's not like you're on a bigger stage.
I have been. Ironically enough, you mentioned her name. She's actually playing at my concert. Yeah, she's been in the limelight, and so have I. And I think one of the good things about what I've been able to do is that I've grown up in it gradually. And I guess when I first appeared on TV, I was about like 2.5 or 3 years old. And I've been in the local press and had other little stories for golf publications as I was growing up. So I kind of grew with it, and I kind of understood it. It wasn't like all of a sudden I was put onto the golfing scene and no one knew who I was, and everyone wanted to know who Tiger Woods was. And I kind of gradually built into what I am now. And I guess that has helped out a lot, because if I would just delve into what it is now, I don't think there's any way I could have swam as well as I've been able to swim since I've turned pro.
Has Michael Jordan helped you handling all the media? I know there's a relationship there.
Yeah, MJ has helped me out quite a bit. More from just kind of an older brother. He's been there. He's seen all the ropes. He's experienced anything you can ever imagine when it has to do with celebrity status, and understanding it. Because as a professional athlete, that is part of the job. And when you're as a kid, you don't even acknowledge that. You acknowledge trying to accomplish your goals within your sport, and not what's the responsibility of once you attain those goals, the things that you have to do for the public. You know, these are things that are completely new and foreign, and I had to somehow do all that stuff on my own. And he was fortunate enough, well, I was fortunate enough to have him come along and say, you know, if you ever need me, just call me. And we actually talk more about business than we do personal stuff now.
Find it as the business side of it as fun as the competitive golf side.
It is. It's entertaining because there's different aspects to what you want to go into, and you know what you can accomplish from the business standpoint, creatively, and I really do enjoy that.
Is it hard setting goals? What you've accomplished this year and last year, and keep reaching? Is that something special inside you? Do you find yourself special?
I've hit special shots. No, do I consider myself special? I don't know. I'm just a golfer. I'm a player. I could love to compete. Maybe that's what makes me a little bit different than others. So I truly do love to compete. And you know, coming down the stretch in a tournament, that's what we play for. And you know, there's no bigger high in our sport than having to hit a shot when it really matters in the last few holes. And that to me is the ultimate. It's like taking the game-winning shot. I want to be that person to win or lose, to have that opportunity. And maybe that's what makes me just a little bit different than others.
You know, these kids, and I've got a 12-year-old. And the drive, they go, it's 3, it's 2, it's
Yeah.
On the golf course, are you like, and this is Tiger Woods? And you come, did you ever do that?
I still do it. Yeah. I still do it. Now, whether it's to beat, I putt to beat Nicklaus or Hogan and Sarazen or Jones, Snead, you name it. I mean, it goes right down the list. And you got a big putter, get his shot in there to put pressure on them in the 1932 Open, or so. You know, it's, you just make up stuff, you know, just to have fun with it. But it's neat to be able to do that, because we're all kids at heart. And when you're out there playing and practicing by yourself, that's when you are a kid, and you can let your hair down and create like that, because that's what makes it so much fun and enjoyable, is to be able to do that. I did it in other sports, you know, try to take the game-winning shot against my buddies, you know, stuff like that. You know, acting like I'm MJ, you know, or you know, around the back, behind the back, through the legs like magic, you know, stuff like that. But that's what we all did as kids, and I still do it now, and I will always do it, because I think that's the kid in me.
If you could change the rules, status, and people, you could say on TV, okay, there'll be no more of this, no more of that. What would you change as far as golf goes and what your life's like?
Anyone who wants to play the game can. They have complete access to it. Simple. Whether it's male, female, whether it's religious choice or ethnic background, whatever it may be, if they want to play, they can play. And it's not because it's not cost effective. They're not allowed in there because of sexuality or race or religious choice, whatever it may be. That's something I would like to see happen. But whether I ever will, the reality of it says it probably won't.
This event, my last question. I've had people say, "Oh, he'll come in here because it's for a charity. He won't be competitive." I find that you're going to be out here beating somebody's butt today.
Yeah, and that's part of playing. You don't ever want to lose. You never. If you're two guys in the field, you don't want to finish second. You know, it's just something like that. You know, something that's that small. Especially when you got buddies out there too. You're playing against friends. That makes it even more of a reason to win, because then you can really needle them for a long time.
One more thing came to mind. We were with Nick at the Open, and I see some stars in tennis and stuff, and they don't have the respect in their eyes. But the video that I saw with you with Nick, it looked like you were just glad to be in his company on that day. Were you coming across like I saw it?
No doubt about it. I mean, it's it's not too often when you can cross generations like that in a sport and still be competitive. Jack was playing in probably his last PGA, and I'm just getting started and hopefully playing mine. And it's just like Shaq being able to play with Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell. It physically they can't perform, but still, it's not realistic for them to perform with Shaq. Jack, it is. He can still play, and in this sport, you can still play at a late age, and to be able to go out there and play with him and experience, how he focuses and how he plays, that was a very unique experience.